Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss another problem. From today we'll be starting series in which we'll be solving story based problems and problems which are asked in Amazon interviews. So let's get started with the first problem. Problem is game of 3. Let's see what the problem statement is. The ultimate ninja Ankush was bored, so his friend Ninja Nikhil decided to give him a puzzle to keep him entertained. Nikhil gave Ankush n integers and asked how many groups of sizes 2 and 3 can be formed, such that sum of the group is divisible by 3. So we have to make groups of sizes 2 and 3, and those groups sum should be divisible by 3. Although the ultimate ninja Ankush is brilliant, some extra help is always appreciated. Can you help the ultimate ninja Ankush with this so that he can prove to Nikhil that he in fact is the ultimate ninja? More formally, given an array of size n, we can form a group of 2 or 3. The group should be such that sum of all elements in that group is a multiple of 3, meaning the sum should be divisible by 3. Count all possible number of groups that can be generated in this way. Okay, I hope you understood the problem. See, this test case is given n is 5, meaning there are 5 numbers in the array. So this is the array given and there are 5 numbers. Answer will be 2. Answer will be 8. See, why there will be 8 pairs? 1 and 2. Sum, see, 1 plus 2 is 3, which is divisible by 3. 1 plus 5, 6, divisible by 3. 2, 4, 1 plus 2 plus 3. So we can make groups of size 2. These are groups of size 2. See, there are 2 elements now. And we can make groups of size 3 also. So these are 3 groups of 3 size. Therefore the final answer is 8. There are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pairs. 8 pairs, right? Basically 2 groups, 2 element groups and 3 element groups. So this is how we have to do it. So see guys, in this problem you will learn a new concept. So see, let's first quickly make some pairs which are the answers. So output will be 8 here. How 8 will be the output? See, 1 and 2, this will be one pair. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, which is divisible by 3, right? So this is one pair, and 1 could be 1, 2 and 3, 6. Sum will be 1 plus 2 plus 3, which is 6, and it is divisible by 3. Then we'll have another which is 2, 3 and 4. This will be 1. Sum will be 9. Here it will be 3, 4 and 5. Sum will be 12. Another one could be 3. 3 is divisible by 3. So which is, that will be also 1. Then it could be what? 2 and 4 could be 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more we have to make. So one could be, let's see, 1, 3 and 5 I guess. 1, 3 and 5 could be 1. And lastly, what is there? 3, 4, 5 I think. No, that we took. 2, 4, 1, 5. Yeah, 1, 5 could be there. So 6, here it could be 9. So see, these all will be 8 groups which can be made such that sum of the elements will be divisible by 3. So see guys, this could not be a pair like 2 and 5. This cannot be a pair because 2 plus 5 is 7. 2 plus 5 is 7 and it is not divisible by 3, right? So this cannot be a pair. So there are 8 pairs. So now see how we will approach this problem, right? So see guys, think here na, these all groups which we are making, these are not sub arrays. These are not sub arrays, right? Sub arrays meaning like here, see this one, 1, 3 and 5. These are random elements. They are not together. They are not together. So there is no constraint that we have to take only sub arrays and like that. We can take subsequences also, like any elements from anywhere. For example, here we have this 2 and 4. So 2 is here, 4 is here. So it could be anything, right? So one approach which comes into our mind is that what we can do, we can use recursion. How we can use recursion? See, for each element, right, here see this pair, see this group. Here 1 2 3 is there, but 4 and 5 are not there, right? 4 and 5 and are not there. So for each element, let's see here, 1 2 3 4 5 is there, na? So 1 2 3 4 and 5. So for all these, see, there are two choices. Either we include this one or we do not include it. We include this one, we do not include it. We include 3, we do not include 3. For 4 also we include it, we do not include it. And for 5 also we include it and we do not include it. Okay, so we can do this using recursion. But see guys, recursion will not be an optimized approach here. Because see, for at each level, right, at each level we have to make choices, so that will be exponential time, right? Exponential time. Because for each number, if there are n numbers, see, there are n numbers, for all these n numbers we'll have to make choices. Can we take this one? Can we do, like, we do not take, like that. And if you see the constraint, if you see constraints here, so this n is 10 raised to power 4, na? So we have to do this problem either in n square or less than n square, right? Like n log n, like that, n log n or log n. We cannot do it in exponential time, na? Exponential time we cannot do it. Otherwise it will give us time limit exceeded. It will give us TLE if we do it using recursion. So this we cannot do. This approach will not work. So see, in this problem there will be a new concept which we will be learning. Let's see that. Concept is that when we have to do something like we have to find a group now of 2 or 3 elements, and those sum should be divisible by 3 or something like that. So we follow the concept of remainders. Concept of remainders. How we see how we do that. In this problem, what we need to do? We need to make a group of 2 or 3 elements, right? 2 or 3 elements, and those group elements sum should be divisible by 3, right? Should be divisible by 3. These two conditions are there. What we will do, right? What we will do here, concept will be that those elements, first of all, what we will do, we will find remainder of all elements with 3. That is, see, when we divide 1 with 3, 1 modulus 3, the remainder will be what? 1. That is, if you divide 1 with 3, what you get? It will go with 0, so 1 will be the remainder. Okay. Then if you divide 2 with 3, what will be the remainder? 2. When you divide 3 with 3, it will be remainder 0. So first of all, what we will do, we will find remainders of all elements. So this is my array 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and I will have an array in which I will be storing the remainders. Now you might be thinking why I have created an array of size 3. So see guys, remainders could be 0, 1 or 2. Why so? Because we are dividing by 3, right? So the remainder cannot obviously go above 3 number. For example, if I divide 5 by 3, if I divide 5 with 3, 3 ones are 3, it will go, and 2 will be the remainder. So every time the remainders will be less than 3. So it could be 0, 1 or 2. So remainder could be 0, 1 or 2, and the count I will be storing here. Okay. So see what we'll be doing. Just first of all understand guys, and then you will understand why we are doing this. This is a new concept and it will be very helpful. So see, I'll do indexing here. So first of all, we start reversing from here. We calculate the remainder. 1, when divided by 3 will be will give us remainder 1 only. So here I will have count 1. So 1 remainder has count 1. Then we go to the next element. 2 modulus 3 will give us remainder 2. So 2 will be here. 2 remainder count I am storing here. Then we go to the next element 3. I divide 3 modulus 3, it will be 0. So count here incremented by 1. We go to 4. 4 modulus 3 will be what? 1. 1 will be the remainder. So here count will increment to 2. 1 remainder count. And then 5. 5 modulus 3 will be 2. So this 2 here will be incremented. So I am writing this here as 2, 2. Okay. 2, 2. Something like this. So this is a remainder. Now we have to work on this. So see guys, the main concept in this problem is that all the groups, like we will make, let's say a group of 3, let's say we are making a group of 3 elements. There is a group of 3 elements. So if I divide this group, let's say these are 3 elements, I do modulus, I find the remainders of these 3 with 3 of these 3 elements with 3, and let's say the remainder is x, y and z. So the sum of x plus y plus z, if it is divisible by 3, right? If the remainder sum, see, if the remainders sum is divisible by 3, then this group a plus b plus c sum will be divisible by 3. So this is the concept. We will find the remainders of elements, and then we will find those remainders whose sum together will be divisible by 3. And if it is divisible by 3, then meaning those numbers are divisible by 3 and that group is valid. For example, see, we take 3, 4 and 5. This group was, see, 3 plus 4 plus 5. It was 12, right? 12. And 12 was divisible by 3, so this group is valid. Now if we find out the remainders, 3 remainder is 0, 4 remainder is 1, like 4 when we divided by 3, right? 5 remainder is 2. 0 plus 1 plus 2, this will be 3, and this is also divisible by 3. Hence this group is divisible by 3. So if remainders are divisible by 3, the group also will be divisible by 3. Okay, I hope you understood this point. Now let's see how we will do this in O of n time. O of n time, this we will do. See, first of all we found out remainders and we stored 0, 1, 2, all those in this array. Okay, now what we will do, see, I am erasing this. So see, let's discuss first for 2 elements, group of 2 element group. We can make a group of 2 or 3 elements, na? So 2 elements group. Let's say those elements are A and B, and I have found out the remainders. So remainder is x for A, and for B remainder with 3 when divided by 3, remainder will be y. So see, in order to x plus y be divisible by 3, what should be x and y? What remainder should be x and y? Either they both can be 0, 0, 0 plus 0 will be 0 and it will be divisible by 3, or see, or what it could be, which 2 remainders, 0, 1, 2. So it could be 1 and 2, x could be 1, y could be, so x and y could be 1 or 2. Okay, so 1 or 2 will be 3 and 3 by 3 will be 0. Now you might be thinking why x and y could not be 2 and 2. So if they see x is also 2 and y is also 2, it will be 4. And 4 is not, see, 4 is not divisible by 3. So if remainders are not divisible by 3, remainder sum, then element sum will also not be divisible by 3. For example, if we take 2 and 5, A and B is, say, A and B is 2 and 5. So remainder with 3 is 2 and 5's remainder with 3 is 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4. this is your x and y, and 4 is not divisible by 3, meaning 2 plus 5, which is 7, is also not divisible by 3. So see guys, in order to remainders, for like when we are making a group of 2, these only 2 can be cases, that either x and y are both 0 or x and y are 1 or 2. Okay, I hope you are getting my point. So if we have to find out count of these pairs, like count, so what will be the count? 0 and 0. So if there are let's say these zeros, these elements with 0 remainder, so how many number of ways are there to make pair? Number of ways. How many number of ways are there? If this is A, right? So there are how many ways? 1. Since there is only one count, right? So we cannot make actually a pair. So it will be 1 into 0. 0 basically, if we take this, let's say this is a one element, we take it, and now there are no other pairs which we can pair it, no other elements we can take after that. So and if we take 1 and 2, so for 1 there are 2 elements, 1 remainder there are 2 elements, and for 2 there are 2 elements. For example, let's say this is A and B, and basically I am talking about here the elements, right? A and B, and when for 2 remainder there are C and D. So what all could be the pairs? A and C can be a pair, A D can be a pair, B C can be a pair, and B D can be a pair. So how many pairs? 4 pairs. So plus count will be remainder of 1. How many numbers are there for remainder 1 multiplied by how many numbers are there for remainder 2, right? Remainder 2. So this will be 2 into 2, 4 pairs. Okay, I hope you got this point. So see how we will write this in code. Quickly see the code. So here I am taking this total count, which I will return at the end, and then we have this vector for storing the remainder. Size will be 3 and initializing it with 0. This is your size 3 of this vector, and 0 is initialized with, and then we are storing the remainder count of all the elements in this array. So for C, this is count for group of 2 elements, that is 0. What we decided, right? Either 0 and 0. So see 1 0 and 0 minus 1. You might be thinking what is this basically? So see here this will be see 0 and 0, right? So so for example, let's say here we have 4, right? We have 4. So 4 into 3. This is right, and since they are repeating also, so basically they are repeating, there might be double. So if we take 2 and 3 and 3 and 2, meaning they are same, right? So we are dividing it by 2. Okay, so this is how we are taking for 0. We take one element, and for the other, what is the chances? 3. If we take 4, here there are 4 choices, and if we have taken 1 here, so how many choices are left? 3. And this is for a duplicate, like same pair occurring 2 times. So this is how we created it, and this is for remainder 1 multiplied by remainder 2, which we did here. Okay, and then this is for count for group of 3 elements, that is C. Over here, if we have to take 3 elements, so this was for 2, now let's discuss for 3. So for 3 elements, what will be the concept? Will be same. See, we take 3 elements A, B and C. 3 element group could be there, and let's say X, Y and Z are their remainders. So sum A plus B plus C will be divisible by 3 only if X plus Y plus Z is divisible by 3. So X could be 0, 0, Y and Z could be 0, 0, 0 plus 0 plus 0 is divisible by 3. Or it could be 1, 1, 1, 1 plus 1 is divisible by 3. Or think guys, what could be 0, 1 and 2, 0 plus 1 plus 2 is divisible by 3. or it could be what, one more is left, think, it could be 2, 2 and 2, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is divisible by 3. So see, 6 is divisible by 3, right? So there are 4 cases, all 0 remainders, all 1 remainder, 0, 1 and 2 remainder elements, and all 2 remainder elements. Okay, so for this we have 0, 1, and for this we are dividing 6 so as to avoid using the duplicates, right? And then we have this remainder 2, and for this is for 2 and this is for 1, 2 and 0, 1 and 2, this one. Okay, and at last we are returning the count. So I hope you understood the problem. It's single, it's O of n time complexity and constant space. The concept here is that, like, if you have to find sum of all elements which are divisible by 3, we have to find the remainders of those elements, and the remainder sum should be divisible by 3. Okay, this is a new learning. Try run this code once for a test case, and just take this test case only, which we saw, and try run this algorithm on that, and you will understand how it's working. Let me know in the comments if you have any doubt. If you found the video helpful, please like it, and subscribe my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.